my god. So people tell me that they love my style, and I love my style. I think what I wear is pretty important to my day. And you know, maybe I was just raised this way, and dressing to my shape and style was just built into me. Nope. I was raised by a mum, bless her, who was raised by an Austrian and Polish Catholic mum and dad who grew up in the war, so they were always pretty stingy when it came to spending money. So he would never ever put the heating on in these high-ceilinged London houses. So my poor mother was raised cold, just so cold all the time. So now she cranks up the heat and wears the biggest jumpers all the time, which I will say was pretty handy for Christmas presents, because you just get her a massive jumper and she'd be very happy. So being my mother, growing up in the cold that she hates, she didn't want her children to go through the same thing. No, they will always be warm. So I was dressed in thick, hard to move in jumpers and coats, which were usually hand-me-downs for my big brother as well. I would walk around and look like the Michelin Man. Really lumpy, really ugly, and really, really warm. A bit too warm, like, you know, fucking sweltering over here. Then I became a teenager and noticed that no one else at school was wearing ski suits. There was this one time my parents forced me to wear this huge, like, goose feather coat. It was like I couldn't put my arms down. So I went out of the house wearing it and then shoved it into a bag. I would fight back and I would leave my coats on the banister. My mum would say, "You will catch pneumonia!" And I would say, "I don't care. I don't care, mum." And annoyingly, I was absolutely fucking freezing every time I went out. Like, she was right, I was cold. But it felt better to me at that time to feel like I looked like how I wanted to look than not be freezing. So the sad part is I dressed like an absolute fucking nutter. I didn't even look good anyway. I liked what I wore, so that's good. But I loved rainbow things and smiley faces, and I wore belts over long-sleeved Primark tops. Why? Anyway, then I grew up and I had this amazing realization. You can look cute and be warm. Listen, I know it's all very obvious to you guys, but this was a huge revelation for me. So I would like to share this pretty obvious, not very helpful wisdom. So here we go. Layer 1. So you want to create a sort of bodysuit. When it was fireworks night, my mum would whip out the thermals, which was essentially like pajamas under normal clothes, but they'd all bundle up under jeans anyway and make it really, really stiff. So I found a way to make your own thermals, but in like a cute way. So I wear a vest top and I tuck it in to some tights, and this way it kind of fits to my body too. Like, it sits on my waistline, you know, my high waistline. I love anything that sits over the tummy, and so knowing I look like this under my clothes makes me feel sexier. Layer 2. Oh my god, my hair is out. So now I wear some kind of like thin jumper that will sit over this chest part and cover some of my arms as well. It's just extra barriers for like cold and wind to not get through, because it's like skin tight. I actually really only have 2 tops that serve this purpose, so I alternate between the two, both stripy, black and white. Really should find some more. Also, technically on this layer are socks. I wear really long socks over the knee because, once again, sexy. But also warm. I do this under wide-legged trousers, or if I'm wearing a skirt or dresses. I do this under jeans as well, but maybe just slightly less long, and I just pull them up to however much is comfortable. But I rarely wear tight trousers anyway. Layer 3. So this is the main piece, depending on whether I'm feeling girly or boy. Sometimes I want to wear a super flowy dress, or recently I've been wearing jeans and a t-shirt, but it's usually like high-waisted trousers and a crop top. But yeah, this is the bit that's the most fun because I get to match my mood to what I wear. Feeling boss, feeling delicate, feeling chill. Here. Layer 4. This one's pretty simple. I have a few oversized crop jumpers that will just kind of cover my shoulders and keep everything cozy. I'll add a hat in this layer because sometimes I wear this inside. You know, this is like I'm cute, I'm wearing my normal clothes, but also it's cold and I want to feel cozy. Layer 5. And finally, it's time to go outside and brace London. From fucking October, November, December, January, February and March. London winds and drizzle, and oof, it is not pleasant. You'll obviously need a coat. I have a few that I switch between depending on just how cold it is. And then the main thing is, you need a scarf, a big old scarf to cover this bit right here, because that's where it gets coldest, you know? It makes such a difference. It really, really just keeps you warm. It's basically a portable blanket, so such a win-win. And yeah, I do have another hat that I wear if it is insanely cold, but basically just wear anything that will cover your ears and your scalp, and so you don't get that like horrible icy headache. Ugh. Shoes-wise in winter, I always wear boots, just so I can confidently step in puddles. And there we have it. She's comfy, she's good, she's indie, and she's warm. I would like to thank not my parents for teaching me how to dress. Sorry. And yeah, sweet, stay warm, stay cute. Okay, bye. My haircut is so bad. Please grow.